can't battle the women? How the fuck am I supposed to bake them a cake then? No mistake, it's a fatal mistake if you think I need to be overseas and take a vacation to trip abroad and make a fall on a face and don't be a retard.
Alright everybody, I came up with this deck and I think it's one of the strongest decks in Wild that I've ever seen. I've been optimizing it for a while. Maybe it could be improved a bit, I don't know, but I'm just improving it, so I think it's set up pretty well for the meta. Now, I call this deck the Rank Crusher deck. Alright? So, we got Backstab for the early game. We have Preparation. Preparation is used for Gang Up. It is used for Sprint and for Vanish for the most part. The only time you're really going to use Preparation for Gang Up is when you're going to prep and then gang up your Inzoth. But typically, you're just going to Shadow Step the Inzoth, so it then becomes an 8-cost minion on your turn 10. And then on turn 10 again, you play your Inzoth, then you can play the Gang Up for 2 more mana. So that's your turn 10 play typically. So that's what you're trying to get to. You're trying to get to turn 10. You're looking to play the Inzoth. Then you're looking to immediately Shadow Step the Inzoth on turn 10. And then on your next turn 10, you play Inzoth again and you gang them up. And while you're at it, you can also Shadow Step your Inzoth after you play it. So a lot of games, I'll have 6, 7, 8 times that I play Inzoth if it goes for a very long game. And that'll typically only happen against priests. Most people will get shut out before them. Now another thing about this deck is that when you play the Inzoth, a lot of times you're going to be putting a lot of Death Lords out on the field. And when people kill your Death Lords, it takes one of their minions out of their deck, depleting their deck. So a lot of people are reaching exhaustion in their deck before I am, so they're taking face damage from drawing cards what they do not have. Because you do have the Cold Light Oracle in here to get people to fatigue rather fast. And you can Shadow Step the Cold Light Oracle, and sometimes I will Shadow Step the Cold Light Oracle, and the reason why is because I'm trying to get a Vanish, because the Vanish is a really great mid-game play to clear the board, because everything in here is to try to get to that turn 10 so that you can play that Inzoth. So you have 2 Vanishes to be able to get that. You have Sludge Belchers for defense. You have the Antique Healbot, which you can heal. The Antique Healbot usually comes into play for me against people who are doing face damage, mainly Freeze Mage, so that I stay at 30 health so they can't burst me down. And I also use it against Faced Hunter. The Zero Poison Mime, I have him in there because, well, sometimes when I play Inzoth, it'll put like 2 of these guys on the field, maybe 3. And his spells are really not that, they're not extremely great, but they're not bad either. So this could be a card that could be replaced, but I think he fits a good, because see, I only got 3 4-cost minions in there. So you mainly got 0 cost, 2 cost, and 3 cost. So you're trying to get past the early game to get to the mid game so that you can vanish or put up some walls. Because you also have the Infested Tauren to wall up. You have 2 Earthen Ring Farseers to keep your defense up, your health, that is. You have 2 Death Lords, and the Death Lords, it's okay to play those, because even if they're going to be getting minions out on the field from your Death Lord, you can then just vanish, and it's no big deal. I have the Unstable Ghoul in there. That's typically going to be used against, well, for one thing, it's a taunt minion, so that's great, because whenever you play your Inzoth, you want to have as many taunt minions on the board as possible. If you have 4 or 5 taunt minions out there on the board, they're going to be locked down because they're no longer able to hit face. You're going to stay at full health, and then you can play Inzoth over and over and over again. And in between playing Inzoths, because if you still have a board up after playing them, even if they try to clear it, if you have some mana left on the next turn, you can just go ahead and play another Inzoth, or you can go ahead and heal yourself, because you will have these heals in the late game typically. And you have Eviscerate for early removal. You have 2 Annoyotrons to help with surviving the early game. And that's pretty much it. I mean, that's all there is to say about it. And I'll go ahead and show a play right now. I am on a win streak right now. And I'm just a casual player. That's why I'm ranked 14. And this is a very, very slow deck. This is a deck that's going to go on for a long time. You're going to be playing it for a long time. It's not really a deck that you'd want to play to jump up. Like, this deck would be perfect for once you hit rank 5. Because then you can start grinding from rank 5 to rank 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you'll get legendary. And I do believe this is a legendary deck.
I will fight with honor.
Watch your back.
Now, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the Vanish and the Sprint. And we're going to keep the Backstab for early removal. The Backstab will help if he plays the Shield Bot, so that on turn 2 you can play your weapon, hit it to the face, and then backstab it. We're going to keep the Cold Light Oracle because the more cards we can get, the better. They can draw as many cards as you want. It doesn't matter because we can draw into Vanishes. Alright, excellent. 2 backstabs. The Preparation is a good card to have because if we draw into our card draw or a Vanish, not going to be a bad thing to have. Now this is why I have a backstab. A lot of times people love to play the Secret Keeper. This is something that I see right now on the Inzoth Secret Paladins, and I see it on the Hunter Inzoth. So we're going to backstab that. We're going to end turn. So we are on even cards right now. He plays a card, I play a card. No one's at an advantage right now. No one's at a disadvantage.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, that's excellent to see that. So he had no 2-cost minions in there. Now this is perfect. You know, you got your prep, you have your sprint. That could be a turn 4 play. So we go ahead and we clear this guy. So with this deck, if you're not getting pressured early, it's a great situation, okay? Great situation to be in if you're not getting pressured early. Because this is an extremely strong late game deck. Extremely strong.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, this is definitely an excellent situation. Now, in this situation, you know, we'll go ahead, we clear that.
We go.
Now, we could coin out a Poison Mine. We could play a Cold Light Oracle out. But, you know, do I want to give him card draw? Not really. So what I am going to do is I'm going to do coin, I'm going to do prep, and I'm going to do sprint. Now we have excellent card draw, okay? This is a great situation to be in. Now, check this out. We got a heal. We have a taunt. We have our Inzoth. And we have more card draw. And this will probably be the turn 4 play right here.
Shields up. Red alert.
Reporting for duty.
Alright. Now we have that Shadow Step for the turn 10 Inzoth. But we know now at this point we got to get to turn 10, okay? So let's see.
Here we go.
Overall, I think that was a good play. I feel like neither one of us are really winning the board right now. So this does look like an Inzoth Paladin. We see a Death Rattle card. But little does he know, we have the stronger Death Rattle deck.
So many options.
Now, if I played a Death Lord, we do not have a Vanish. So I don't really feel like playing a Death Lord just yet. Might not be a bad idea to go ahead and get some card draw out. A lot of times I do take my time with this deck. I like to think of the best thing to do in every situation.
Too soon.
I'm gonna go ahead and play my my Poison Mind.
So many wonderful.
And the reason why I did that is because, well, it gives me this, which I can play right here. Because I knew if I played it, I had 1 mana, so I would be able to use the spell, you know. And that's really the only reason why I did. That was a good play by him right there. These stealth cards that you get from the Poison Mine, they're really useless on the deck that we're using. Alright, so now we do have a Vanish, so it is totally safe to play the Deathlord. However, you know, he could have a secret that reduces your health to 1. So we're going to play the Earthen Ring Farseer first.
Eyes are open.
Okay, he doesn't have that. We'll play our Deathlord next.
Death does not scare me. Let me think. None may steal us.
A good play by him.
Reporting for duty.
Now here's the thing. We're getting very, very, very close to turn 10. And once turn 10 gets here, it's going to be over with for this guy. So we're going to go ahead and clear some of his secrets.
Of course.
And this is really one of the great things about Vanish. When we clear his secrets are going to buff his board. But then they're going to get vanished, so they're not going to benefit him. Okay. Now we could play a Cold Light Oracle, or we could play Heal. And I think I'm going to go with the Cold Light Oracle. And the reason why I did that is, well, I wanted more shield minions. I want to draw into more of my shield minions. Maybe I end up getting another Vanish. Never a bad thing to have.
My hand is too full.
And also, well, he lost a card there.
None of your business. Reporting for
Alright, he plays all his dumb secrets again. That's fine.
Reporting for duty.
Now we just need to survive 2 more turns. And that's pretty much where these taunt minions come in. We're not going to attack anything because that would buff his board. He's going to end up getting a 7, a 2, and a 2 on those guys. But, you know, so be it.
So many options.
Now, one of these could be turn your minion into 1 health, okay? So, in this case, you do want to play this guy first. Alright, he didn't have it there. Okay. Now we have 2 Shadow Steps, so we are going to backstep our Cold Light Oracle because it never hurts to go ahead and get another Vanish. A Vanish on turn 9 is always fantastic because that gives you a chance to go ahead. You know you're going to be able to get your Inzoth out. And we do not get it. We're going to still keep our Vanish because we want to use our Vanish on our Inzoth later on. So we're getting very close to turn 10.
Put this apple on your head.
And this will more than likely be my turn 9 play. unless I get a Vanish, is I'm going to do Sludge Belcher, and I'm going to do Infested Tauren. And even if I get a Vanish, I might go ahead and play this 5 and this 4 as well, because I want to have more taunt minions. The more taunt minions that die, the more this guy is going to resurrect. Alright. And we enter. And this is the situation that you're typically going to be in a lot of times, especially against Paladin. You're going to have taken some face damage. They're going to have the board on you. And you're just putting out your minions. You did your Vanish. You're just trying to get to that turn 10 play. That's the key. Getting to turn 10. And honestly, I almost always get to turn 10 against everyone. There's just not many situations where I'm not getting to turn 10. And you can see because we have taunts, we have heals, and we have Vanish. And we also have tons of card draw so that we get to that Inzoth so that we do have it on turn 10.
Reporting for duty.
And this is it right here. We survived to turn 10. You know, he did some great damage on turn 9. It would have been fantastic if we had a Vanish on that turn 9, but we didn't. So it is what it is. Now, here's what you like. Taunt, 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 okay? And we Shadow Step our Inzoth. Now, he could have a game-winning play here. If he was able to consecrate our board after changing all the minions to 1 health, he would be able to get through, because he would be able to get enough damage. Yeah.
Reporting for duty.
All right.
Get down!
Need a taste?
Get down!
Alright, lots of taunts, that's what I like to see. And then we gang up our Inzoth. And there we go. Now we can start doing our own heals, because this is what I was saying earlier. I was saying once you have your Inzoth out there and you play your Inzoth 1 or 2 times, you then get to a pretty even board, and you're then able to heal yourself back up. And this is why I like to play that the Poison Mine, because you get these return cards for yourself. So fantastic. All right. I think we're going to go ahead. We're going to return this guy to our deck. Kill this. Kill this. And now we're in a great position. We can play our Inzoth again, and we can gang him up again. So we have 3 Inzoths in our deck right now, and when we play this, we're gonna have 6 of them. There you go. 3 more Inzoths. And we're sitting at 11 cards. He's sitting at 2 cards. I also mentioned that. They end up drawing out all their cards. You keep going. And that's why. They kill your Death Lord. It makes them pull one of their cards out of their deck and put it on the field.
Put your faith in the light. Reporting for duty.
Now we got 6 more than likely. Okay, that's fine.
Death does not scare me. My eyes are open.
There we go. I'd give him +3 attack, huh? Alright, he's out of cards. He has 3 cards in his hand. And you still have 9 cards, and most of them are Inzoths. So what is he going to do? When you're up against a priest, it's fantastic because you get to have a huge Inzoth battle. You know, they'll be trying to steal this card, but they never can because you backspace it back to you, and you end up having more Inzoths than they ever do.
Of course.
And this is pretty much textbook Rank Crusher Rogue. Oh, he plays his one and only Inzoth. Interesting. Let's see here. We could go and play our Cold Light Oracle. Make him take face damage. Okay.
Need a taste?
Okay. You gotta hand it to this guy for really not giving up. There's no chance he can win at this point, but he wants to play it all the way till the end.
Reporting for duty.
Right in the back! Need a taste?
Just having fun with this guy.
Incredible.
Incredible. And there goes that win streak.